And good morning again under the who'd have thought it category. 8 years ago, Senator Joe Lieberman was on the ticket, the vice presidential nominee running with Al Gore. Today, he is supporting Republican John McCain. Good morning to you, Senator.
Morning to you, Bob. Good to
Let
be
me
here.
ask you this. Is your problem with the Democratic Party in general or Barack Obama in particular?
My problem is with the party overall, for sure. In other words, this is a separation that has occurred mostly on matters of foreign and defense policy, where I feel very strongly that the party that I joined when President John F. Kennedy was its leader, a party that believed in progressive government at home and a principled, strong, internationalist foreign policy, economic policy, pro-trade, that party is not represented by the leaders today. And that's why I decided to endorse Senator McCain. I did it last December when all the candidates in both parties were there. And I did it for two main reasons. One is that John McCain is ready to be commander-in-chief on day one. He knows the world. He's been tested. He's ready to protect the security of the American people. Second, the biggest problem I think we have in our government today is reflexive, poisonous partisanship that stops the government in Washington from working. It's been that way for the last two administrations anyway. And I think John McCain, more than anybody else in either party, has a record that shows that he will always reach out and work across party lines to get things done, because ultimately he puts his party ahead, he puts his country ahead of his party. That's why not all the people in his party love him.
That, of course, begs the question, if he's ready to be president, do you believe Barack Obama is not ready to be president?
Well, let me put it affirmatively, which is what I really mean, because ultimately we rarely make a choice between perfect and terrible. John McCain is more ready to be president on foreign and domestic policy because of his extraordinary experience. And it's good experience. It's experience where he's had the guts to do what's right for his country, including in Iraq, where he opposed the administration policy for a long time. The surge was implemented by President Bush. It's now working. Senator Obama, unfortunately, like a lot of the Democratic leadership, continues to take a position that we ought to withdraw, which to me is retreat, accept defeat, even though the new policy is working. So I hope Barack Obama goes to Iraq, and frankly I hope he changes his position, because if we had done what Senator Obama asked us to do for the last couple of years, today Iran and Al-Qaeda would be in control of Iraq. It would be a terrible defeat for us and our allies in the Middle East and throughout the world. Instead, we've got a country that's defending itself, that's growing economically, where there's been genuine political reconciliation, and where Iran and Al-Qaeda are on the run, and that's the way it ought to be.
You're saying if we had done a drawdown, as Senator Obama had suggested, that Iran would now be in control of Iraq?
Yeah, and here's what I mean. And it's not just Senator Obama, it's generally the leadership of the Democratic Party. On this issue, I respectfully but deeply disagreed, because they were saying a year ago, 2 years ago, Iraq was lost. They were saying, they were proposing amendments that would have ordered a withdrawal, a retreat of our forces to begin and end rather rapidly. If that had happened in Iraq today, there wouldn't be an Iraqi government. There'd be chaos. There'd probably be genocide, definitely civil war, and the main beneficiaries of that would be Iran and Al-Qaeda. Instead, Al-Qaeda is on the run and on the verge of a terrible defeat, one of our most significant victories over them since 9/11, maybe the most significant. Iran is being pushed back. And just a couple of weeks ago, Prime Minister Maliki of Iraq went to Tehran, and Ahmadinejad and the Supreme Leader, Khamenei, pleaded with Maliki, don't enter into a long-term strategic agreement with America. And he said, sorry folks, I want to have good neighborly relations with you, but the Americans are our friends. We appreciate what they've done for us, and we're sticking with them.
Well, let's say that John McCain is not elected, and in fact Barack Obama is elected. He is talking about withdrawing over a period of a year and a half. What would be the result of that, in your view? Is the country strong enough to be able to tolerate that now?
Here's my objection to the continued commitment of Senator Obama to order a withdrawal according to a time schedule It does not, as far as I've heard him ever say, depend on what's happening on the ground. Things are really going well in Iraq today. But what if there's a crisis of some kind? What if Iran takes some bold and aggressive action? What if there's some terrible act taken against the leader of Iraq? Do you want to continue to withdraw? What if as we withdraw, which we're doing now, which Senator McCain has wanted us to do, and because the surge is working, we're bringing our troops out. I think General Petraeus is going to announce this summer that we can continue to bring our troops out with victory, with honor, in success. But if you just say, as Senator Obama continues to say, no matter what's happening, I'm taking the troops out, that's an invitation to real trouble, as Churchill, I guess, once said, to snatching defeat from the jaws of victory, and to sending a very uncertain signal to our allies, Arab and Israeli in the Middle East, and frankly to our allies all around the world who want us to be strong. They depend on it. And John McCain knows that. That's why they have such confidence in Senator McCain's leadership.